Immediately following his performance on ASAP, among other OPM artists such as Regine Velasquez, OG Alcacid, and Martin Nievera, Sofronio Vasquez, the winner of the 26th season of The Voice USA, was overcome with feelings of appreciation. During the episode of the noontime show that aired on January 12, Vasquez sang a solo rendition of Sia's song Unstoppable. After that, Velasquez and Ziza Padilla joined him for a rendition of Celine Dion's song The Power of Love. In addition, he did a rendition of Dusty Springfield's You Don't Have to Say You Love Me alongside Alcacid and Eric Santos, and he sang A Million Dreams from the music of The Greatest Showman alongside Nievera and Gary Valenciano. Vasquez, Valenciano, and Nievera were joined by Velasquez, Padilla, Dion, Alcacid, and Santos in the last segment of A Million Dreams. Santos was also a part of the cast. I would like to express my gratitude to you for providing me with this chance. Please accept my sincere gratitude. I just want to say that being on this stage was my dream, and now it's finally here, he said after his performance, which was welcomed with cheers from the audience. I just want to take this opportunity to express my gratitude for the opportunity to perform on this stage. When questioned about the lessons he received from his coach on The Voice USA, Michael Bublé, throughout his time on the show, Vasquez revealed that he was constantly reminded to be loyal to his Filipino heritage. As a result of his spellbinding performance on the Philippine variety show, ASAP, Sofronio Vasquez, whose name has been making waves in both the United States and the Philippines, once again garnered headlines. Vasquez has become a symbol of skill, resiliency, and cultural pride as a result of his record-breaking achievement of becoming the first Filipino to win The Voice USA in its 26th season. Not only was his performance on ASAP a celebration of his return to the Philippines, but it was also a momentous occasion that brought together the most talented artists from across the world and the most talented artists from original Filipino music, OPM. A wonderful repatriation. The event of Sofronio's return to the Philippines was one that was looked forward to with great anticipation and was celebrated by both fans and fellow musicians. After winning the coveted title on The Voice USA, he began to serve as a source of motivation for aspiring singers all around the world. This success was more than simply a personal victory for him. It was a demonstration of the widespread appeal of Filipino artistic expression internationally. As soon as he went onto the stage of ASAP, it was immediately apparent that this was going to be a performance that people would remember for a long time. During the introduction of Vasquez, the audience's enthusiasm was evident, and their cheers were so loud that they were deafening. Sofronio, who was dressed in a sleek and contemporary Barong Tagalog, exhibited charisma and humility, exemplifying the defining characteristics of a genuine Filipino champion. A working relationship between legends. The fact that Vasquez worked along with some of the most prominent figures in the OPM scene, including Gary Valenciano, Martin Nievera, Regine Velasquez, Ziza Padilla, and OG Alcacid, was one of the most notable parts of his participation on ASAP. These legendary musicians, who are frequently referred to as the cornerstones of Philippine music, greeted Vasquez with open arms and treated him as if he were a member of their own family. A carefully crafted combination of vintage OPM classics and modern hits was included on the setlist. The purpose of the playlist was to demonstrate the range and depth of Vasquez's voice. The opening act, which was a powerful rendition of Bayan Ko, was both moving and inspiring, and it served to establish the tone for the rest of the show. The harmonies that were created by Vasquez and the artists from OPM were flawless, resulting in a stunning combination of vocals that stretched across multiple generations, combining different cultures. The road that Sofronio has been on has always been about understanding different cultures, and his performance in ASAP was no exception. Vasquez brought a sense of cosmopolitan flair to the stage despite the fact that he was deeply anchored in Filipino tradition. The song I'll Never Love This Way Again, which he performed in collaboration with Regine Velasquez, was a particularly good example of this. The song, which is considered to be a pop classic, was given a new lease on life as their voices became entwined, resulting in a moment that was both powerful and personal. His medley with Gary Valenciano, in which they sang a mashup of Heartwarming and Can't Stop the Feeling by Justin Timberlake, was another highlight of the show. The ability of Vasquez to adapt and innovate was demonstrated by the combination of lively OPM and contemporary pop, which is evidence of the fact that he is a world-class performer, a core of emotional being. What genuinely impressed out was the emotional depth of the performances, which was in addition to the technical excellence of the performances. Many members of the crowd were moved to tears by Vasquez's performance of Freddie Agbila's song Anak, which was a show-stopping performance. Given Vasquez's personal path from a dental assistant to an international star, the song's heartfelt lyrics about the love and sacrifice of family struck a chord with a great deal of resonance. One of the most touching moments of the concert was when Vasquez dedicated it to his parents, who were present in the crowd. The camera captured their tearful emotions, which added an additional dimension of authenticity to the presentation. His voice cracked slightly as he spoke about the sacrifices that they had made. From the backstage area, the production of Vasquez's visit on ASAP was a group effort that took place over the course of several weeks of preparation. To guarantee that every aspect of the performance was flawless, the choreographers, set designers, and musical directors put in a lot of hard work, creating a visually appealing backdrop that matched the performances. The stage was covered with complex designs that were influenced by Filipino culture. These motifs ranged from woven patterns to traditional lanterns. Vasquez had the opportunity to show his appreciation to the ASAP team, as well as his fellow performers, in an exclusive interview that took place behind the scenes. "This is more than just a performance, it's a celebration of my roots and the incredible talent of the Filipino people," he said. "It shows how talented the Filipino people are. An unparalleled victory." The triumph that Vasquez achieved on The Voice USA was a momentous occasion that resulted in the destruction of stereotypes and the beginning of opportunities for other Filipino musicians. Not only did his charming stage presence and soulful voice win over the judges, but they also won over the audience during the competition. His ability to connect with the audience was demonstrated in each of his performances during the competition, which solidified his position as the clear favorite from the very beginning. As a demonstration of his versatility and profound grasp of music, the songs he chose to perform spanned from heartfelt ballads to lively anthems. The entire studio erupted in ovation when he sang his final number, which was a soul-stirring performance of Rise Up by Andra Day. It was evident that he had not only won a competition, but he had also won hearts throughout the audience. The influence that representation makes. Quite a few Filipinos feel an overwhelming sense of pride and affirmation as a result of Vasquez's achievements. Through his experience, he brings to light the significance of representation and the ways in which it may motivate underrepresented communities. The fact that he was able to make it to the mainstream music scene in the United States has made it possible for other Filipino artists to follow in his footsteps. The fact that he appeared on ASAP served as a timely reminder of the extensive musical history of the Philippines, as well as the international influence of OPM. A celebration of Filipino excellence, it demonstrated that talent is not limited by geographical or cultural barriers. Take a look ahead. As Sofronio Vasquez continues to break new ground in the music industry, the future appears to be filled with an abundance of opportunities. It is anticipated that his first solo concert, which is slated to take place on January 18, 2025 at the waterfront Cebu City Hotel and Casino, will be yet another significant achievement in his rapidly developing career. Adding even greater significance to the event is the fact that it takes place at the same time as the Sinulog Festival, which is considered to be one of the most important festivals in the Philippines. Fans are anxiously anticipating the release of his debut album, which is anticipated to have a combination of original compositions and covers, displaying his distinctive vocal style. Vasquez is well positioned to become a significant figure in the world of music, as he intends to work with musicians from other countries and investigate new musical styles. Final thoughts. The debut of Sofronio Vasquez as a guest on the television show ASAP was more than simply a performance. It was a cultural moment that honored the most talented individuals from the Philippines. Everyone who was there was left with a lasting impression as a result of his dynamic stage presence, passionate renditions of great songs, and cooperation with OPM luminaries. Vasquez continues to be a brilliant example of what can be accomplished with skill, hard work, and a profound connection to one's heritage. He continues to break barriers and inspire audiences all over the world. His life serves as a demonstration of the strength of aspirations and the unyielding spirit of the Filipino people, demonstrating that the voice of a genuine artist is not limited by geographical boundaries.